Okay. All right, let's wave. Let's say hi to everyone who's joining us. Not local. Wave, wave, wave. Be nice, people. Wave. Okay. We have people across the country, people from Florida and Virginia. There's even a girl in there from Hawaii. So, hi. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do announcements first, and then you guys are going to hear all about Career Conference. Because those of you that didn't go, are you excited to hear about it? I guess can't tell we're a little excited. We got a lot of high energy. Okay, so a couple of announcements. First of all, bracelets. You guys can earn your bracelets this month. Love the bracelets. If you guys are new, the company is doing this really cool challenge this year where you can get these gorgeous bracelets for every 600 wholesale order you place. For me, these are just all my rose gold ones, but there's silver ones. Yeah, there's tons of them. Like, I have all of them. There's like, what, 14 or something? And we went to this luncheon and got to eat the dessert first one. It's really cool. So you get a bracelet every time this month that you order 600 wholesale in the month. And every time this year, sorry. And they're different and all the different bracelets have different Mary Kay quotes on them. Like this one says, "Make me feel important." My favorite one I'm not wearing today is "Fake it till you make it," because we're not.
And then they have, on the inside they have her signature.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. On the inside they have like her signature engraved, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And then tell them about the special one.
Yeah. So big deal. Those of you that well, basically they're doing an extra. They are doing an extra bracelet that you can earn for anyone that orders 600 wholesale. It's a consistency thing. Anyone that orders 600 wholesale in what month are we in? March, April, May, and June is going to get an extra bracelet. It'll be the last one for the year at Seminar. So you don't want to miss. Do you mind shutting that door over there? You don't want to miss the one this month because then you'll have missed out on the opportunity to earn the extra bracelet. Okay? And the party, that's the big thing we're going to talk about is at Seminar, they are going to have this off-the-charts party. And the new president is like coming in with the gusto. And he is, I'm sure, going to throw a huge, like, memorable party that you will not want to miss.
It's going to be like 50th anniversary again.
Yeah, you are not going to want to miss this party. And so basically, if you don't earn your bracelet this month, or, by ordering 600 wholesale, then you miss out on the opportunity to be able to come to the party and then get that special bracelet. So it's a huge deal. So don't kick yourself because you didn't stretch and sell a little bit more this month, because we've talked a ton about different ways to sell 600 quickly. What's this one?
That's this month's bracelet.
Oh, that's this. Okay, let's pass it around. It says, "Reach for the moon." Because do you know that Mary Kay, so they're all Mary Kay quotes. And what she was famous for saying is, reach for the moon. When you're setting your goals, reach for the moon, and if you miss, you land among the stars. Oh, anyway, so don't miss out on that. And the last thing that happened, there's two other things that happen when you order 600 wholesale this month. You get our cute $1 million t-shirt, because our goal, for those of you that are new, our goal is to be the first $1 million unit in the state of Colorado. And I found out that it hasn't, anyways, I had, it's been the first time since I've been around. I found out from Monique Todd Balboa at Career Conference, it's been 20 years since there's ever been a $1 million unit. And the other two are national sales directors. And so it's time. It needs to be done. And so anyone that orders 600 wholesale gets the t-shirts. I don't want you guys wearing them at the meetings. And then the last thing is you get to earn Girls Night Out, which is a fun night that we do the second Friday of the month to celebrate the people who are the movers and the shakers, and you get to celebrate with the leaders at Girls Night Out. You get to hang out with us. We're pretty fun. You get to do something cool. So, all right.
You really get to see one of us do something pretty stupid.
Yeah, we do too. Pretty stupid. There's always lots of had to be there moments. The other thing I want to talk about is over here, and this is our ultimate unit. Do you mind grabbing that? One thing I'm going to be preaching about this, and Jamie, our national, is really big on this. And this is, can you hold it? Because someone's muted. You guys make sure it stay muted. Okay, so our goal is to move people up. We want to fill lots of seniors. We want to have lots of new red jackets. Our goal is to have 10 red jackets, 16 leaders, and then four feature directors. So 8 team members, 3 team members. So we have lots of empty spots. So basically the point is I want to fill this whole board that it's time to move up. I want people moving up. That's what Jamie is like preaching. So anyways, you can put that down.
And big news.
What's
We're
big
gonna
news?
have mine next month.
Oh, yay.
Because I don't have time to make it right now.
Yes, she's going to make it. I agree with that. The other thing I did want to mention is, so Jamie, those of you that went to Career Conference, you know Jamie's a pretty big deal, right? She's a big deal. And you can stay connected. If you are someone who really wants to move up in your business, Jamie offers these calls. They're every Wednesday night with seven top national sales directors in the company. It's super inspiring. You can sign up for it on her website. It is like off the charts awesome. I would highly recommend signing up for them. I'll post it on our Facebook page again, but it has really helped shift my thinking. You guys know that I plugged into Jamie over the last year and a half, and I was a top director for several years, but plugging into her and being around her mentorship has really helped me take my business to the next level. So I can do that at every single level. And so those of you that want more, plug into her calls. I'll post the info on our Facebook page. Plug in. I think one of the last announcements is, of course, facials. We have facials going on in the other room right now. And then we have facials Saturdays at 10 a.m. That I totally want you guys being obsessed with bringing guests, because it's such a great use of your time. You get, it's a really good use of your time because you're here, you can bring people, someone else will do the work for you, you make money, right? Now I do need you to be good about RSVPing on Monday. We need to RSVP by noon at the latest. And for Saturdays, I need you to RSVP Friday nights and RSVP to your director, okay? And make sure she knows, because we need to know how to set up and to set up accordingly. And here's the big kicker. If you have guests, especially on a meeting night, I want you to be here at least 15 minutes early, because otherwise it's scrambling, okay? So I want you to show up at least 15 minutes beforehand to set up for the guests. Does that make sense? So, and then I will tell you too, at the meetings, my job, you'll see at the end, I go in the other room and I'm going to be doing, and I do marketing and stuff, that my priority is the guests. And so I'll be in there, until they're gone. And so if you guys want to talk, we can stay after, of course, but I will be in there, okay, until they're gone. So let's see, what else? Any other announcements? Oh, big announcement. Our goal this month, the end of the month is Friday. And our goal right now to stay on track with Million, then I'm giving away $1,000 cash. Could anyone get excited about $1,000 cash? Anyone? Yeah, y'all sound pretty not excited about $1,000 cash.
$1,000, you guys. That's a down payment on a house. Like an earnest money on a house.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, earnest money.
on a
I'm
house.
like, down payment. It's like, down payment? What house?
Still need earnest money.
What kind of house are you talking about?
Rent.
Rent. Yeah, let's get this. When we reach our goal of 50, 40, 30, that means we do 50,000 wholesale as a unit, which we're about at like 27,000 right now. And we have 40 in bracelet earners. I don't even know. I didn't get a chance to even post the thing today. You do even know how many. I think we're at like 10 or something. And bracelet earners, that means you've earned your bracelet. People that have earned the bracelet, our goal is at 40. And then 30 new consultants. I know we have 17, 18 new consultants. So we're like right there, but these last 5 days, you guys reaching your goals will help us reach our goals. So every order, so anyone that orders this month, and you get anyone that orders their bracelet and anyone that has a new team member gets entered into the drawing for $1,000 cash.
You're so close. You have 23 new agreements.
23 new agreements, yeah.
13 of them bracelet earners.
Okay, 13 in bracelet winners, yeah. So we can totally do it, but this last, so it all happens the last 5 days of the month. Everything does. So those of you that have big goals, now's the time to be stretching, because everything you do counts for the $1,000 cash money, and you're reaching your goals too. So, all right, any questions about that? Questions, comments, concerns? Anything else we forgot? All right. You guys ready to hear about Career Conference?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I would love to have the directors share real quick. And then what I'm going to do is have the consultants come up, and I'm going to have you guys sit here so that they can hear you. Okay, I know it's going to be awkward. Well, I'll have you stand up here. I'll have you stand because I want you standing close so they can hear. Okay? Got it? And here we go. So in case you guys don't know, because there's a lot of new people in the room, Career Conference is something that happens once a year. It's this huge deal where all the local Mary Kay in the area come together. So it's like 3 or 4 surrounding states. And you get to hear from the top people in Mary Kay. It's pretty stinking awesome. So it's a fun girlfriends weekend, very inspiring, a lot of fun. But what I love about Career Conference is it just helps. The whole point is that you start dreaming again. You start dreaming again. So I don't need to share, but well, I will share. I will share first. I'll share first. I don't need to share. I was speaking and teaching a lot the whole time, but for us, it was definitely my best career conference ever. My favorite for sure. I mean, they all have their different moments, but you know, I think most of you know we had the honor of being the #1 unit at that conference, and pretty stinking awesome. That has been a dream of mine for my entire 13 years. And so to see that come true, like I remember going to my first career conference, you can listen to my speech, and having that dream to be there, and then being like, oh God, I could never be out there. Not me. No, maybe maybe that girl next to me, but not me. And to just, my journey and how I've grown as a person and built my confidence, and to see how, you know, God's been using me in different ways and growing me as a person. It was really cool to be able to realize that dream. So, and to be able to just inspire other people is really awesome. To be there with Jamie, you know, this is the first time that she's come and I've actually known her. And so we got some special time with her, and she got to know my husband. It was just a really special thing that really helped build my belief, you know, and it's all about belief. Like, I hope you guys know this as consultants, those of you that went, you know, the hardest obstacle you'll encounter, I was just telling Sherry this today, I tell every new consultant this, is right in here between your own ears. And no matter what level you get out, you start to doubt. You start to doubt, oh, I don't know if I could do this, you know, and I have, you know, we have big goals this year. And so the enemy's been attacking me like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And I've just totally gotten in my own head of like, I don't know if you can really be #1. Like, I really don't know if you can really do that. And, you know, just reconfirm that you can, and we can, and we're going to do this together. And so we're all stepping out of our comfort zone. And that's what I love about this business is you don't ever get to a place where you just stop growing, right? You guys can look at me and be like, well, you're just freaking #1. Okay, great. But I'm still wanting to grow, and I'm still wanting to be better, because that's what this is about. You know, any other job I had before, I would just get to a place where you get bored and mundane. You go to work, you're just clocking in and clocking out. Where this, you're constantly growing. And you're growing in your business and making more money, but more importantly, you're growing in yourself and building your confidence and helping more people. So I love it. It was awesome. So, okay. All right. Your turn, Brianna.
I can talk about it. It's okay.
So,
Okay. Hi, guys. First of all, I want to say, so I had 3 separate people come up to me at career conference, and I haven't even told her this yet, but come up to me at career conference and just say, like, I'm really realizing what a big deal Candace is. Like, I just realized how lucky we are to have her every single week, twice a week. And I can tell you, if you were one of those people, I totally get it, okay? Because I went to seminar as my first event, and I remember seeing her walk across the stage and realize, and like in her mind, she's like, that wasn't even really a great year. And I'm like, ah! So just, if you didn't go, really know that, like, I mean, when people say, you're in Candace Doverspike's unit, like, they really mean it. Like, she's a really big deal, and we're really fortunate. And I think one of the biggest things that I got out of career conference is watching you up there, honestly. Watching you at the podium, and you guys, if you haven't watched her speech, oh my gosh, please watch it. The very first thing she did was praise God for being there for her, for giving her that vision, for giving her that passion, for giving her that, I need to get up, I need to do this. And
mind shutting that? Really loud.
gosh, I might have to take off my jacket to do that. But you guys, to be following a leader who literally will never tell you to do something that goes against what God would tell you to do. That's huge. To be able to follow somebody who's done it and who's always going to point you to Jesus. There's nothing that can top that. Nothing. For her to, when I'm struggling as my mentor, not only just to me on the phone when it's just one-on-one, but in front of 2,500, 3,000 people. I don't even know how many people are there. But she got up in front of everybody and basically said, when you're right with Jesus, you're right where you're supposed to be, wherever that is. And that takes a lot of guts to stand up in an auditorium like that. So there's that. The other one was, you're going to have a learning curve. And I beat myself up a ton for mistakes I've made and failures I've had and whatever, and you fail forward to success, blah, blah, blah. That gets in my head. And I'm like, that's fabulous. However, when am I going to stop failing? Like, and I realized that never. If I stop failing, then I'm not trying new. And that was something that Jamie said, was that there's a learning curve. So just get over it. There's a learning curve. One of the other women, Stacey James, was the #1 national, and she talked about how who God made you to be is in your DNA. Don't try to be someone you're not. God made you to be you, and He made you for a reason, and He gave you a vision. Don't doubt the vision that God gave you when you were being faithful. So
And don't compare.
yeah. There's something about yours is you. Oh, that was the DNA thing. Yeah. You're different. You're different. Do I want to be a Cadillac director? Yes, I do. And I'm going to be a Cadillac director. Mostly because I told Jamie I was going to be, and so I can't go in June, which I already paid for. I can't go if I'm not a Cadillac director. So we're gonna mostly I can, but I can't face Jamie. So we're just gonna finish it
do it.
instead.
Yes.
That seems easier. But Candace is a Cadillac director, Nate is a Cadillac director, but I don't want to be either one of them. I want to be me, Cadillac director. So that's kind of what I got.
Embrace who you are. I love it. Cool. All right, Nita, can you talk louder? Do you want to change spots? Why don't you trade real quick so you can see?
Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows who I am, but I'm actually not one of Candace's top screen.
Yeah, tell them about you. I just popped it out.
I'm just here. So Candace and I
Why
are
don't you
friends.
just share a little
Charlie and
about
I
you
are
first?
friends.
Yeah, I get to be the first Cadillac director in her area, so you can't be in her area.
I'm an adopted friend. But anyway, I just basically decided it would be fun for us to meet together on Monday nights. And so that's why I'm here. So just so you guys know who I am. But anyway, I have been to a lot of career conferences as well. And I think what I would say this last career conference, one of my favorite things would be definitely seeing Candace on stage. Loved that because, I knew when Candace shared with me her goal of being in the top 3 and how hard she pushed for that last year just to be in the top 3. And it was such an example of how once you reach that one little pinnacle, you can see more. And so just to encourage you all is that if you're like, oh, if I can just get into my red jacket, that's okay if that's the only level you can see right now. Because as soon as you finish that, you're going to be able to see more. And I know how hard she worked to be in the top 3 last year. And that momentum pushed her to be able to be in the #1 spot this year and to possibly be, not possibly, to be the #1 director in Ruby.
Woohoo!
That's huge, right? And so I just want to say it was so fun, and it almost felt like this is so normal because when you have a dream, it's so normal for her to be #1 because when you have a dream and it becomes a part of you, it doesn't seem like it's out here anymore. It just, you own it, right? And it just felt so normal, and I wanted to affirm you that it's just normal for you to be #1.
Okay.
It's just a thing.
Just the
Yes,
thing.
until I
All right,
become
well, I
#1.
kind of liked it. Until
And then it'll be so normal for
Yeah.
me to be #1 and Brianna to be #1. And so, we just have to own our power, and I just really saw you do that. So happy for you. And then I guess the only other thing really was I learned a lot from Stacey James in my class. And I loved what she shared because she talked all about working effectively and not working harder. And I have really been working on that and really been focusing on the kind of people I want in my unit, the kind of people I want to work with. And when you work effectively and you pick those level 10 people, then your business is going to thrive so much quicker than trying to just get everybody down here. It's not just about the numbers, even though you do need to work the numbers. It's about working with the right people, and those right people will multiply your business a lot quicker and will be energy givers instead of energy suckers. And so yes, energy givers. Yes, because we do not have time for energy suckers. And I hate pulling people by the teeth to come to meetings, to come to a career conference. This is one of the only career conferences that I honestly didn't like reach out to people that didn't come to me about career conference. Partly because I didn't have the emotional energy to, but I believe if you want this, you gotta do it. Like, we're not your babysitters, we're not your mom. This is an opportunity that you can grow, and you need to find those energy givers and not try to get them, but attract them so that they want to be in your space and so they want to do what you're doing. So that's what I got.
And you do that by being an energy giver.
Being an
Yeah,
energy
you're
giver.
an energy giver
Yes,
first.
being an energy giver, being excited about this opportunity, knowing it's one of the best opportunities in the world. And there might be other opportunities that you might be able to make more money, but maybe not. I don't know. We make a lot of money for what we do, right?
There is.
But the truth of the matter is there is nothing like Mary Kay. There's nothing that is going to give you the support and the encouragement and the self-esteem and the personal growth and the opportunity around the world. We get to take this opportunity around the world. And a lot of other companies are not in 32 different countries. I mean, we are in 32 different countries. If you wanted to become a director and take this business around the world, you could become a multimillionaire. So exciting.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
I have to tell you, I don't remember where it was. I think it was on the Thursday night. I don't remember where it was, but someone said that the average physician, which is a very high paying thing, I'm just going out with this opportunity that you said, because I don't believe there's other opportunities you can make more money.
Right.
I don't remember where that was. I mean, where were we? Someone said the average physician makes about $180,000 a year. And to me, that seemed really low. Because for what they do, number one, they have to go through, you have to have, I mean, usually $300,000 or $400,000 of student loans. So they're making a ridiculous investment, and they're paying for that for years, right? And then the stress of your people's lives at your fingertips all the time. My husband works in anesthesia, which he's not, a doctor, but it's incredibly stressful. He can't mess up. Literally cannot mess up. You have to be on your game, and if you mess up, you can get sued for it. Can you imagine that stress every single day? No, thank you. And then you can get sued, and you can lose your license and all your income in 2.5 seconds. You can make one wrong move, and you are gone. And you cannot make money. You could have all that student debt, and you still have to pay it back, and you could lose it in any second. Can you imagine that stress? Okay, I'm not saying this to brag, but the last 2 years, my 1099 was over $180,000. And the investment was inventory, please. Mary Kay offers a 90% buyback guarantee on it compared to student loans. And this is so fun. This is a stress reliever. And so, yeah, there may be other opportunities out there, but I don't think that when you look at what they're sacrificing, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to have that stress and to have that debt, where this is something we're helping other people, and dear God, everything washes off their face. I mean, come on now. Like,
happens if you make a
where's the
mistake,
stress?
Candace?
Exactly. If I make a mistake, I laugh about it and say, oh, you can do this too.
Yeah,
See?
there's no
We're moving on.
Jamie put mask on somebody's eyelids.
Yeah, Jamie masked someone's eyelids closed. And then when
Like,
you have
they were stuck shut.
Well, and you look at like lawyers, for example, they get paid pretty well. But lawyers, that job is not fun.
That does not sound
And
fun.
I was thinking about how Mary Kay treats us. They seriously treat us like kids. Like, we have attention spans. Like, they're like, okay, we're going to teach you about laws. And so we're going to make a big skit. They're like Wizard of Oz. It's going to be Wizard of Oz. And we're going to tell you what you can do in Mary Kay. We're going to dress up as Dorothy. And I was like, they're doing this to tell us what we can't do and what we can do. If you're sitting in like a real business meeting, they'd be like, you can't do this, and you can't do that. Falling asleep. You wouldn't remember any of that.
Yeah, we wouldn't remember anything. Yeah.
I mean, it's the funnest job ever.
Yeah,
Like, seriously. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty awesome.
And they do a different one every year.
It's pretty cool.
I got more
It only gets more.
I love it.
Can't do Wizard of Oz every year. Nobody would pay attention anymore, so they changed it up.
Love it. All right, so we're gonna have consultants come up. I'm gonna just we'll start over there with Miss Leah. Make her come first. She knew it. And then we'll just okay. Yeah. Why don't we have here? Yeah, we'll have the. I gotta sit here because I gotta make sure they stay up muted.
Okay,
So you sit here. Well, there sometimes things go on mute, and then you hear people screaming. Other people. So if you see me doing that, I'm muting them.
So yeah, it was.
Show them the watch.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, show us that watch.
Yeah.
Free! Free! Show them. She won.
I will
Become the
totally,
bracelet.
yeah, I'll totally pass it around, but then I'll get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Look at you,
bracelet's
Frankie.
back
Where's
at someone's
Frankie at? Because she tried to steal it. So.
Lauren, you're in the room, and Laura said it's her bracelet.
Yeah.
That was mine.
So this wasn't. So I'll just do this. So this wasn't like a I don't know, like you earn stuff. This was a literally I went to
Random.
conference, random. My name was up on the screen, and they handed me a Fossil watch and matching bracelet thing.
I took a picture for you too of the screen. You're welcome.
So that was amazing, and I got a T-shirt thrown at my face.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And so yeah, this was an eye-opening, like lit a fire under my butt kind of experience. I did her challenge of 20 directors tips from 20 directors, and it was amazing that a lot of it was just have fun. Like this isn't supposed to be serious and stressful, and so a lot of them were just saying have fun and relax, and that's what I do this for. I have a gazillion things on my plate a day, and this isn't work for me. This is fun, and so I'm trying to keep it that way. One of the biggest ones that stuck with me was when you don't want to go. The days that you don't want to go to the facial, you're not feeling it, you don't want to come to the meetings, you don't want to, whatever it is, do it. Because then there's something that could be waiting, and that could be the one time that you really get something out of it. So that really stuck with me.
If it's not worse than Stacey James talked about, she was on the way to meeting someone, and her car, that's a whole long story, but basically her heels got melted to her floorboard, which it was aluminum, it was just aluminum. So basically her shoes were melted, and they started like flaming and everything, and basically she had no shoes. And
she
yeah.
still went.
She still went.
Yes.
And her car
Shoes
should enter
aren't on
something too.
fire.
Shoes are on fire. If your shoes are not on fire, then go. Okay? Well, if they are on fire, still go.
If your shoes are on fire, just go barefoot.
And basically the whole point is she went, and the girl signed up, and then brought her all these other people that ended up signing up because she went.
Yeah. So I wrote down, I mean, I have pages and pages of stuff, so obviously I don't have time for all that. But the biggest thing I think I took away from it was that it is possible for us. Like it's, we see all of these sparkly suits up there and these black suits, and I know I look at it like, well, that's great for them, but I'm comfortable here, and I don't know if I could actually do that. And like I just had that like moment of like, why not? Like why couldn't I? If I go for it, then they did it. She had a hole in her thing and glued herself to the floor, and she's in a sparkly suit. So
Yeah.
and
And making $60,000 a month, like,
well,
yeah.
So I just and I do another business on the side that is I've done for 3 years, and just realizing the difference of how we're treated with Mary Kay. And I love that company. It's 31. I love the company, but it's night and day, and they're so good to us. I mean, they're so good to us. It's like, it's
showing
crazy.
up.
Yeah. Just for going, and all of our incentives, and just, all we're doing is making money for ourselves and working a business for ourselves. And then you get so you're making your money, and then they like shower you with all this stuff because you're doing your job. Like, it's just amazing. Like it's awesome. So, and then organization is my biggest. I need to organize. So the app, use the app. That was like.
Why don't you tell them about the app? Because we have lots of new people in the room who
Yes.
don't know what app you're talking about. This is a free app, people.
Yes. So
Free.
Free's for me.
Free app. So my customers app, which I've had on my phone for I don't know, a long time. Haven't touched it. I think I've opened it once, and I haven't like taken the time to do it again.
Spirit, Lord,
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah, see, I'm like, it's there, it's on my phone. What else do you want from me? Like, I don't. So, but they like did this whole little thing on it, and they like showed me. I'm like, I think I like literally had my mouth open, and was like, oh my god, that's been the whole time. Like,
The whole time.
really? And I looked at my phone, and it's right there staring at me. And I'm like, oh, like you can like manage your customers and text them in groups and your inventory and like, dude, all day.
It's awesome.
Like, everything that I need,
So cool.
all right, and I'm on my phone 24/7. So why I have not done this, I don't know, but it's gonna happen.
She will now.
Yeah, like I mean,
Those of you that are new, start using it right now. The My Customers app. It's
it's
awesome.
amazing. And like when your shipment comes in, you can like scan the barcode on your box and it automatically loads your inventory to this app.
So
Oh
cool.
my gosh, it's so nice. Then I just leave the box and I politely ask my husband to put it in.
I will tell you that, I mean, Nita and I have been around for a while. I used to pay $100 a month, not a month, a year for a system like that. And we had to manually type it all in, and it tracks our customers and our inventory. So to have it for free and to have it be on your phone, have it be so simple, you guys, you don't realize this huge
It's
blessing.
amazing. Like all that I'm in class, I'm
Pam
always
knows she is a boulevard.
Yeah. It's you know, I'm always multitasking. I'm always trying to do like a gazillion things at once. And this app, I'm still gonna be in class doing this. Don't tell my professors. But now I can do it like a little bit more secretly because I'm not having to like open so many different things that it's gonna be right there.
Good. All right, let's give Lee a round of applause. All right, Adam. Next, Adam. Laura, you're next.
All right, awesome. Well, yeah, like Leah said, it was a lot of fun, and also just being on girlfriends too, like be able to get away from the kids and family for a little bit too. That's nice. But anyways, several things I got, but one thing that I got from it is basically cool things. So selling ain't scary. One of the things. So
Selling
if you're
ain't
not a
scary.
Salesperson, like I'm not a huge salesperson, and so I've noticed through all my facials that like kind of closing is where I like struggle most, and so it's really nice. They gave us 7 steps here. So basically, have a script. So it's really important, even if you're just reading from your script. Just have something and be prepared. Have fun is number 2. So you want to make sure you're having fun, and that they're seeing your excitement and stuff. And then it's okay not to know all facts. So you don't have to know like all the ingredients that are in the products and like
No, you don't.
So we do have the Product Central on InTouch.
Look it up.
So you can definitely look it up. It's super awesome because it gives you all the details. It gives you all the ingredients that are in the products, but it also gives you all like the fun facts of like what it does and how it works and all that good stuff. So if someone has a question or whatever, you can look it up for them. And
I think it's important not to get overwhelmed by learning everything before you go do something. Just go do. And if somebody asks, it's very simple to say, you know what? I'm new. I don't know that right now, but I will figure it out and get back to you.
And you contact us and you get back to them. It's
Yes.
great.
Or if it's something simple, just go on Product Central and then get back to them.
yes, but yeah, then that's a great thing too, is that we have this awesome support system, awesome directors, and if you don't know something, you always have to ask upwards. So ask your director, sometimes they might know too. Let's see. And you don't have to sell. So don't go there like all pressure, like, oh my God, to sell something and all stuff. And it's also really great too that so basically the product sells itself. So you don't have to go in there all worried about not selling. There is something else that I can't find it now. But anyways, yeah, I was just I can't remember now. It's okay. But anyways, be prepared too. So you want to make sure you go in there. You have all your trays, everything you need. Because you don't want to be like, oh, I don't have any mascara wands or whatever. So make sure you have everything. It just makes it go a lot smoother. And then, oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. So don't go there to sell because you think you have to sell, but basically you offer it up to them at basically say that they don't have to buy anything. Like it's no obligation to purchase anything at the beginning and stuff, but you want to let them know that if they love Mary Kay, then that's great. And if you don't love Mary Kay after trying it, that's okay too. So it like alleviates that pressure. And that like I took very personal because I'm always like, oh, what are they gonna think? Or what, I know I'm gonna sell something. But then, if it's not for them, kind of like the analogy of the stick of cinnamon gum. So not everybody likes cinnamon gum, so it's okay. So don't take it personally, I guess.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah, don't take it personally. And then, so fall in love with the process of having a party. So it's a big thing too they talked about is just bringing it back to doing groups and parties. So at least 3 or more women, because it just brings more of that relationship and stuff, and like doing it more in their kitchen and stuff, and it makes it more of a relaxed atmosphere too. So it's okay to do one-on-ones, but they want to focus more on the parties. So fall in love with that process of having parties. And then at individual closing, don't stop selling before they are done buying. So another really good tip. So you just keep asking them, you know, okay, you ask the closing questions, and then you ask, so what were you interested in getting today, or what did you really want today? And then they're like, oh, I really like this. I'm like, okay, great. So every time they say something, they say great. And then you just wait for them to keep talking and like offer other things that you think would go good with whatever else they ordered. And yeah, until they're like, nope, that's good. And like, okay, great.
Yeah, sometimes they're not, yeah.
Okay, great. So
Well, it's good. That's a good point, because a lot of times people aren't done. And then I've seen consultants like cut them off, and you're like, what?
you're like, wait, I want
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Let her keep talking.
And then they look at the
Too.
book and like, okay,
Sure.
yeah, what
Good.
she say? She would have walked out on a $36 sale and it was like $215.
Yeah.
Just because she kept saying, okay, great.
Yep.
That's good. Awesome. Good job, Autumn. Woo! All right, Laura, it's you. All right, ladies, let's make them concise too, because I know we got to be respectful of time. But
All right.
yeah, oh yeah, let's do a lineup. Perfect. Way to go.
Right. Okay, so we actually got to have our emerging leaders workshop earlier where we got to have Candace and 2 other, which was awesome. So I'll just share just really quickly 2 things that
Yeah,
stood
please do,
out to
because
me.
they were. I don't think there was anyone else. I know none of my people were in there, so I think it was only You could do it on
Well, I was
so shit.
super excited to see that Candace was one of the speakers, and she kind of touched on it a little bit earlier when she was talking, but one thing that she said was basically you're either growing or you're rotting.
Write that down.
You're either growing or you're rotting, ladies, which I thought was really ew. So I wrote
Not
that down big.
Another option.
Right.
Staying the same is going backwards and rotting, and it stinks.
And Candace, I mean, I knew she was a big deal. I really did. Y'all, I knew she was a big deal. But what is really cool is that when I was in that room and I was watching other people react to Candace and her vulnerability with us, and the same on the big stage when she was talking about being number 1 and all the things that happen in our heads, it makes it so much easier for the rest of us that are like, what is wrong with me? So Candace also said, are you just a talker? Are you the girl who always gets up and says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then you never do that? And I was pretty sure she was like, Laura Oakley, hey. So I think that.
No, I wasn't talking to Laura Oakley.
She could have been. And so when she was talking, I wrote down, am I just a talker? Am I a doer? And so I think that's the question to ask yourself, like, do you just want the reward, or are you willing to actually do the work to get the reward? And that's like a legitimate question, like, because I'm not spoiled and I'm not entitled, but that's how I'm behaving in my business. Like, I just want the Cadillac, but I don't really want to do anything for it. So
It takes work. I talked a lot about in the class and on stage, like, it takes work. You're doing great.
exactly.
Let me add on to that really quickly, because I think that's a big deal. And what I talked about is that, because I think it's really important for you guys to hear this, since you weren't in there, every time you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, it decreases your confidence. And that's the bigger thing in life, not just Mary Kay, but every time you say, oh, I'm going to, stick to this diet for a week, and then you don't, it doesn't make you believe in yourself that you could really stick to it the next time you say you're going to do it. And it's the same thing in your business. It's the little things. I had a girl box me today that was like, oh, Candace, I know this isn't a big deal compared to what you've done, but I handed out a business card and it was a big stretch for me. And I was like, don't ever say that again. Because the reason I'm here is because I did all those little things. That I handed out that business card, that when that little voice said, you should ask her, oh, no, I don't do that. And then you do it. Every time you do it, it increases your confidence. But the other opposite is true. Every time you don't do it, it decreases your confidence. And that's how you build your confidence, is those little wins, those little times where you say, I'm going to do this, and then you do it. and you finish it, it increases your confidence. And confidence isn't something that like, poof, one day you feel like I can do this. It's those little times where you're like, I'm gonna call this lady and I'm gonna ask her to book a party. Oh no, that dinner needs to be cooked right now. Or, oh, I need to fold that laundry right now. Like that, every time you don't do those things, it decreases your confidence. But every time you do it, it increases it.
And so then it also went right in line with Judy Roman, was that her name? Who's been in Mary Kay for 45 years. She was hilarious.
She's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be like her when I'm in my 70s. She is
Stop.
the
She
most
was
spicy little thing.
She was so great. She made us do exercises. I don't know. She was great. She's crazy great. But one of the things that she said that really stuck out to me, and I'll just leave this and you guys can look it up later maybe, but she was talking about deserve level. And I had never heard this before, but it goes in line with all the crap that lives in our heads, all the wrecking balls in there, that basically deserve levels, or what we believe that we're worth, our values, they always appear when we're either near the floor, like that will not go any lower than that, those are our values, we won't do it, or we're near the ceiling. Because we don't know what's on the other side, we only exist within what we've learned, seen, lived. So like when I try and think, oh, I'm gonna have a pink Cadillac and do this and be the #1 director, I have no ability to even know that. I've never lived like that. And it goes back to the little things, because once you reach one goal, then you can go a little further and you raise your deserve level. So I don't know, you can Google it. It's deserve
That was some
level.
pretty deep stuff right there that we could talk all night about.
Right,
but
exactly. So
that
but they
was
just went hand in hand.
really good.
Being stuck is an attitude, not a situation. So
Write that down, people. Did y'all hear that? Say it into there. They need to hear that.
being stuck is an attitude, not a situation.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It was all that stuff.
So what went on in your head and your heart too?
You
This
know,
weekend?
I will say one other thing that I think is really important. So I wasn't going to go to career conference because I always had this thought that when you go to these big events or you come to a meeting, like you're supposed to leave feeling on fire and inspired, and you just don't sometimes. Like sometimes you don't feel like it, but the action of doing allows the feeling to follow. And so I gave myself permission to just go for the girlfriends and just to have fun. If I came out on fire, great. If I didn't, great. Who cares? I got to hang out with some amazing women. And so for me, that was really important to take that pressure away, like what my expectation was other than to just show up. And it was great, of course. It always is. But yeah, emotionally, it's really freeing to have these little steps, I think, to look at, because we can play so many games in our head. We really can. And Candace can tell you every day how amazing you are. I can tell you every day when you come to the city, like, you are awesome, and I love to see you. But if you can't just do the work and start seeing it for yourself, it's never going to matter.
Yeah.
It's never going to matter, because the enemy will always be working hard to keep you down.
Keep you down. Keep you down here.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, love it. Good job. Woo-woo. Okay, she just said something really deep that I want to go a little bit into, but y'all should like search this. We can talk about this. But she said deserve level. You encounter that when you're at a ceiling. When you're like, so basically, if you're setting a big goal and you're like, you see yourself right now. You're a senior, and you're like, oh, but I want to go into DIQ. Every time you set those big goals is when you're going to encounter all that negativity. That's easier to just stay here because you don't have to deal with it. But every time you grow, you are going to encounter that. That's what she meant by the ceilings and then the floors. Anyway, it's deep stuff. We can talk all night about that. We won't go into that. Right, Kay?
Yes, ma'am. Stacey James said a couple of things that kind of hit me right upside the head. Challenge what your normal is.
Ooh.
Because I pat myself on the back and I say, I make calls. I make 20, 30 calls a day. I make this and I do that, and it's like, but where am I at compared to where I want to be? That's my normal. So, I've got to work harder, and you have no limitations. I have put limitations on myself. I can't do this, I can't do that because of this or that.
That's pretty deep concept.
You get what you expect.
Yeah.
That's what she said, you get what you expect.
Give an example, because that's a deep concept too.
What, get what you expect?
Yeah.
Well, for me, and this doesn't fit too terribly many people in this room. I expect that I can't do a lot of stuff that a lot of people do because of my age. So, you know, I'm already too old to be a national. So it's like, why should I, you know, times you go, why should I bother? You know, but I expect that I can't do it because of my age, my physical limitations, but that's baloney. There are 90-year-olds running marathons.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the last guy that won was like 92. And I thought,
That's awesome.
so pursuit weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons.
I remember that quote. Yeah.
That was a very good. All right, so I think God, and one other last thing, she said that God is playing out a song in your life. Keep moving your fingers. So it's like keep pushing, keep moving forward, keep doing what you're doing. Plus, I was set in my little, you know, I do this during the day, and I just don't push myself further, and that's not God, that's me. And so God's put that in my heart that says, okay, get up and Fanny and do something. You know, because you're not doing what you need to do. Righty?
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to keep this rolling so we can get out of here timely. But if you went to career conference when the chair's open, get in it.
Okay, so I'm Jessica.
Thank you.
I'm Jessica. I'm an adoptee of Candace's. My director lives in California. So we were Pearls, now Ruby anyway. That'll come into play later with my story. But what I heard over and over at career conference was that this job is easy. And we make it hard for ourselves. And that you have to get out of your own way and let this be easy and it'll work for you. And that's the issue that I have is I am terrible at warm chatting. Like I still get super nervous and I'll see this woman and I hear that voice that Candace talks about. I should go talk to her. I should go talk to her. No, and I talk myself out of it all the time. And it's one of those things where you just have to let it be easy. This is easy. And what I was talking about earlier with Pearl and Ruby is I listen to the Pearl Power Line, which is kind of like our $1 million message. And the one that I heard today was just kind of like a slap in the face that brought everything from career conference right up to the front and made me realize, okay, this was really speaking to me. And it talks about that little voice in your head that makes it hard for you is your self-absorption. And you're making it about yourself instead of that woman that you should be going and talking to. Because I always think in my head, no, I'm not, you know, in the Mary Kay outfit. I'm not dressed up enough. I'm not put together enough. I'm not on her level. I can't go talk to her. And that's me thinking about myself and holding back a blessing that I could be giving to her. So that was my one big takeaway. This is easy. Let it be easy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, that's huge. I know it's hard to believe, but directors still get scared when we go to warm chat.
Yeah.
Promise.
That's what she's $1 million national director that was doing the Pearl Power Line today. And she's like, I hate warm chatting still, but it's one of those things. You're holding back a blessing to someone else. God put her next to you for a reason. Don't hold back.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name's Laura. I am in Candace's unit. There was so much that we learned at career conference, and I have a whole book of notes and this book of notes. And just to share a couple things, Jamie Frenios, she was like just so powerful. I really took a lot from her. And something she touched on a lot was about the self-portrait. kind of it's the same thing about what Laura was talking about the ceilings and all that, but how you feel about yourself and from like a young age and what you've been told by other people about what you should be or shouldn't be or who you should be, any of that. She talked about that a lot and how fear fuels your negative self-portrait, and you have to change what your self-portrait is going to be, and it's not up to anyone else. And she also said a couple other things that really stuck out to me. She said,
I just want to expand on that for really quick because, like, the self-portrait thing is huge, you guys. It's huge. And your self-portrait, one of the things that Jamie really focused on is your self-portrait is never going to change unless you ask God to help you change it. Because the only way to see yourself the way that he sees you and the way that you were made is literally to ask him to show you. So, okay, sorry.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into what I was going to say next, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She said, your story is not for you. It's for someone else that really needs to hear it. And she is just a rock star. She's sharing her story, and she's been through so much terrible stuff. And she's sharing her story with people who really need to hear it, people like me. And she kind of like lit a fire in my butt, and that sounds bad. But she
Under your butt.
yes. She said the thing you fear the most is the thing where God needs you the most. So just for her and everyone else that I got to speak with and hear from, it made me believe that I can be like Candace up there on the stage, and I can get a Cadillac, and I can do this and that. And I just have to let go of those fears that are holding me back from talking to people and from bringing up Mary Kay. And I did it today when I was in the yard raking leaves, and I was wearing my sweats and had no makeup on, and I hadn't washed my hair since career conference, and it was great.
We all
And
have those days.
I'm getting a party out of it, so
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yay! Caitlin! Somebody feel Caitlin's chair.
So one of my takeaways from the weekend, since I went Thursday night too for the special event, was Deb Ware mentioned having a Grand Slam appointment. And basically that means booking and holding, having sales, booking a second appointment, and then choosing at least one person to have a marketing. And that's considered a Grand Slam appointment, because you'll find when you have more of those, you'll find your business will move and it'll start to like domino effect almost. Big thing for me is the working on myself, so that myself, being brave, having positive thinking, changing some of my thought patterns will start to move me in other directions. And I'm the only one that can begin that. One thing that Jamie said especially was invest in your dreams, or are you going to invest in another man's dreams? Which do you prefer? And then one of the other things that stuck out, she had mentioned, believe that you belong in the palace, not in the pit. Like truly believe where you belong. You do belong in the palace. God's made us to belong there, and we have to believe it first, because God's not going to put you there until you start believing that you and doing the work that you belong there.
Awesome. Yeah. Nice. Becky, I'm going to call you out if you don't get up there. Don't worry, Tiffany, you're next.
My name is Leslie, and I forgot my notes. So as you guys were talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. So, three things that really hit me the whole weekend was make God your business partner. I know Candace talked a lot about that in her speech. Jamie mentioned it in her speech, because really you can't do anything in this life without him by your side. Another thing was don't ever give up. Like I have caught myself questioning, should I even do this? Should I even do this? I'm like, oh, just don't stop. It's all in here. Like, because, I already committed that I'm never going to let this go. I don't care if I'm just sitting where I'm at now, or if I become a national someday. Who knows? I don't know. That's even scary to say, but but I'm never going to give up on it, because I enjoy it, and I enjoy being around such inspirational women. And I could not believe their stories, that just to sit there and listen to these millionaires, oh my gosh, do crazier things than I have done. And that was the other thing, was you need to fail forward. I mean, Stacey James's shoes, oh my gosh, and I think her car, something happened to her car too.
Her car had a hole in the floor,
Yeah.
and her husband had tried to make it more presentable by putting aluminum foil over it, which is what heated up and melted her shoes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's helpful.
Yeah. It was just crazy. And she also said that about sharing the business, an opportunity is an invitation to change your life. So if you're not sharing this opportunity with other women, you could be the one to change their life, and you don't even know it. Don't keep it to yourself, because it was meant to share. And then the other tip was, I don't even remember who had said it, being stuck is an attitude, not a situation.
Stacey James said that.
Yep, she did.
She
But
sure
somebody
did.
here said
Yeah,
that
somebody
too.
else said it too.
Mentioned it.
But that's Stacey James for sure.
Oh,
For sure,
yeah.
for sure. Awesome. Thank you. So on the whole sharing the opportunity thing, guys, that's the only thing Mary Kay asked us to do, is pass it on. That's what she asked us to do. She's like, she created this wonderful opportunity, and all she asked us to do was pass it on. If it's for you, take advantage of it, but still pass it on. If it's not for you, that's cool. Pass it on. Tiffany.
Okay.
Big teacher voice.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Well, they can.
She's
done spring break.
So leading up to conference, like 2 days before conference, I had a situation come up in my life. And then, so even from then, I was like, I don't know that I want to go anymore. And so then Friday afternoon, a couple things happened, and I had a meltdown. And my husband was like, just forget what happened this week, go to career conference, and just have fun with it. And so I did, and I'm really glad I did.
Yay for your husband.
Her husband is so cool. He's really awesome. He is.
But one thing that really stuck with me, and it kind of all revolves around what happened last week, was that God has a plan, and you're where you are because of His plan. And whether this is supposed to be my full-time job or whatever His plan is, just go and do. Don't wait. Like they said earlier, like you may not want to go, but go. Kind of like Stacey James was saying about. She could have turned around when her shoes melted to the floor, but she went anyways, and that was kind of my big, takeaway. I did get motivated, and I have a goal now too.
Yay! What is your goal?
I want my red jacket by the end of April. So God has me right where He wants me right now. So
That's awesome. That's a great takeaway. I love it. Becky. Who else went to career conference? I see you. Get over here. Okay.
Okay, so I'm Tiffany. This is my first career conference.
Yay!
I wasn't quite sure about going, but something just kept speaking to me to go.
You know who that was?
Oh, Frankie, who was it?
But I couldn't go the whole weekend. I drove up there at 5:30 in the morning on Saturday morning.
Oh my gosh, and she drove like a crazy person because I told her we were going to leave the hotel at 7:15, and she texted me at 6:45, and she's like, I'm here. And I was like, what? Great, we're in room 209. Come on up.
I didn't leave at 7:15, so
She
I
left
had
at
plenty of time.
7:30. It was
But
close.
anyways, I wasn't too prepared because I didn't have a notebook or anything, but I used my notepad on my phone. But I got a lot from it, from everyone speaking. When we got there, Heather Bollinger was the first one speaking, and hers really stood out to me a lot because it was about being invincible, and it's really hard for me to get out there and be positive and be around positive people. So I just don't go anywhere. It was a lot about not giving up because it happens to everyone. So even though if I get an objection from someone about Mary Kay, then it's okay to keep moving forward. It shouldn't be stopping me. So that's awesome.
Who's picking with me, Brianna?
Well, I'm gonna pick on some other people too. Sharice, you were there. Get up here.
She was dancing all the time.
She was. Sharice is
Hi, I'm Pam, and I've always enjoyed going to Career Conference. And I love to hear that all of our journeys are different. And if nobody really knows me, I am very introverted. You wouldn't think that. But Mary Kay has helped me to come out of my shell. And, well, just a little bit. Okay, so one of the things that Candy Carson was talking about, and she was talking about the 3 tips to be successful. And it's see the people, and see the people. So it's great trying to warm chatter. I hate it. So anytime that I have a party, I make sure that somebody there is going to throw another party for me. And it actually has worked pretty well for the past few years. It's good. But what stood out to me the most was that you never know who's attached to your dream. So you need to be a blessing to someone and to get out of your own way. So as I was driving in, I'm gonna back up for a second. I really don't.
There is a time limit.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So
I was just saying, Candace gave me a time limit.
Okay. I've really never tried to go out and get all of the prizes and whatnot, except for this year. Ooh. So I've earned some bracelets.
Oh, you have? Look at those.
And I've never reached out to go to the career conference luncheon. Did that, and I had a great time. So what's wrong with me? Nothing. So it's just getting out of my own way again. So anyway, driving into work this morning, I had the radio on, and one of the pastors was on, said, where God is guiding, He is always providing. And it's funny how you saying, oh, I don't feel like doing my Mary Kay today, and then you get an order.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
It happens all the time. And it's, just getting out of your own way again.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get dressed till 1 o'clock today, and then somebody wanted to do something at noon and hear about the business. And I was like, well, dang it.
Get up and
I get dressed early.
So that's my takeaways.
That's awesome. You snacks, don't worry. I'll call you out too. Yes, you have to, because I like to hear your voice. Blondie, get up here. All right, Sharice. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Yes?
We got like 3 minutes left, so real quick.
Oh my.
Oh my, I know. Real quick.
Okay, so
don't tell them about dancing in the aisle though.
Okay.
See, now totally did. Go. Tell them what your takeaways are.
Like, don't talk about the dancing in the aisle. What? Now you have everybody wanting to see me talk about dancing in the aisle.
Nobody's gonna see that. We have aisles.
I danced in the aisle once too.
Yeah, It was anyway. One of the takeaways that I got from it is just what I love that they show different ways that you can show technology, or you use technology, or even warm chatter. They even have videos of all this, and they celebrated everything that happened, every inch that anybody has ever done. They breathed, you got up on stage. And and it's like, oh wow, look at these parade of successful women. And one thing that I could definitely say that I took away from was being a leader means service. Okay, and that wasn't necessarily said, but you saw Stacy throughout the whole process. You saw her giving away stuff. You saw her running around like a chicken with her head cut off. And I had no idea who the heck this Stacy was. I did not. I just saw this girl with sparkly black outfit, and I didn't think anything of her. She might as well have been, Jesus among the angels or Jesus among the men, but she's just, I did not know her. And then she got up and she spoke. And before she spoke, they said, hey, she gets $60,000 a month. I'm like, you're talking about this same lady who is running around trying to make sure that every person who is being honored will be honored? Are you serious? That is amazeballs. And and everybody talks about her story, about her foot story. And the thing is, before this, I had no inclination of actually going to conference because I've been in different things before, direct sales before. And I said, I've been to other conferences of these direct sales before. I'm not going. But Candace, if you go, it'd be so awesome. I would love for you to go. It'd be so awesome. I'm like, Candace, I don't know what they did, but it'll be just like having church. And I know that you have church on Saturdays. It'll be just like having church. I'm like, I know, Candace. Just go. I'm like, okay, Candace, I'll go. It'll be free. Oh, yes, I'll go. You earned it. Okay, and we're back. That's my Candace impression. Okay, and then Stacy gets up. I know I'm taking more than this.
You are.
Stacy.
They're listening, so you're sitting really good. And now, Blondie, you still gonna have to talk.
And then while I'm at conference, they're talking about seminar. Her Texas. I see your Texas. Everybody Texas. I'm like, you're Oprah Winfrey. You get a Texas and you get a Texas. I was like, oh, great. No, I'm not going to. And so, yes. But let me know the time. And then,
oh, you all heard that. She said yes. You all heard that. She touched my arm and said yes.
Yes, I'm going. But let me finish the story. And then, so I heard Stacy's story, and everybody talks about the story of how she went all the way to her bestie, because her bestie was in Kansas. It was something with a K. And her bestie was in Kansas. But before that she even went out there and talked to her, she did 411. Back in the day, they didn't have all that stuff. And so she did 411, and she said, look, hey, Stacy, if you didn't call me at this time, then my name would have been changed 2 months from now because I just got married. I'm like, wow, look at how God works. And so, and before that, persons asked, hey, if you know anybody in Kansas, because her friend had just moved to Kansas a while ago. If you know anybody in Kansas, invite them out into this Mary Kay event. And she's like, I know somebody. And so she made the trek all the way to Kansas in her horrible looking car. And it had aluminum and yes, everybody knows about the feet and stuff. And one thing that wasn't mentioned was that she actually scraped off the melting while she went to her friend because she wanted to be presentable. And she didn't know what to think, what her friend was going to do. All she was thinking that she was going to take her friend to this event. But her friend, right on the spot, said, hey, I want to join right now. And so it's not necessarily about, you may have asked so many different friends about Mary Kay and so on and so forth. But you may not have asked at the right time. You may not have been the right time. But they wait. They're waiting. you know, they're when that right time comes, they'll come, you know. So that's what I've taken away from it. I'm sorry I went over.
Yeah, it's good. It's
All
good.
right.
You can even stay in that chair. Just talk real loud so they can hear you. Those people. Sarah, Crystal, and Mary are listening still, and you're being recorded. So.
Oh. Okay. Fear. That's my biggest thing.
Fear?
Yeah. And fears that need to be eliminated. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to line up ourselves with the director in order to be successful. Instead of just being with just the ordinary, we need to line up ourselves mostly with the directors.
You have to line yourself up with somebody who's done what you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we need to be a valuable player. They said a valuable player is a great coach, you know. It's great to coach and self-portrait and so on.
Yeah, so what she's saying is like when you think about a team,
yeah.
A valuable player is a blessing to the coach.
Yeah.
Your director's your coach.
Yeah.
Somebody else went to the career conference.
Action cures fear.
Action does cure fear.
Yeah, so me, I need to do more in order to get over my fear, and anyone else that's. My biggest problem is the way I speak, you know, I just scared everybody look at me like,
we just think it's cool.
Yeah.
People like how you talk. We think you speak really, really awesome. I like listening to you.
Jamie said to operate in your own gift.
Yes, Jamie said operate in your own gifts.
And
yes.
you have to believe in order to, you know, succeed.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Jana. Bring the baby up here. It's cool. It's cool because everybody, well, I'm already 5 minutes over what Candace gave me. I know, I'm trying, but Brittany's not coming up here. The chair is open. Okay, real quick, tell them your biggest takeaway from career conference. Really, really quick.
One of my biggest things that I heard was that there's no first place in Mary Kay. Like, everybody can be a winner. Like, they have room for everyone everywhere. Like, when there's 5 people walking on the stage, there's room for 50 more. And so it's not like there's only room for one person, I guess. I thought was cool. There's like not one first place, there's a million first places, and everybody has the opportunity to take those. So I just thought that was really neat.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I think that's one of the things that's great about our company too, is it's not like there's 50 trip winners and you have to be in the top 50. Anybody who does the amount for trip can go on the trip. So
it's all available to everyone. So it's nobody's special. You just have to want it that bad.
Well, and it's like a buffet. Nobody's gonna force feed you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you all bought the same starter kit, but you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, you don't have to recruit people. You can just sell. You can stay a red jacket. You can win every prize you could possibly get, or you could sell a mascara every 3 months. It's just
totally up to you.
Totally up to you. And I love it. I think that's just awesome.
Awesome.
So.
All right, Brittany, what's your biggest takeaway?
Action kills fear.
Yep. Action kills fear. Yeah. Get to work.
Yep.
Don't go home and organize your office. Get to work.
Yeah, don't input your
Don't go home and organize your office. Go home and sell something and pay somebody to organize your office. All right. All right, everybody, we're super late, so, well, not really super late, but kind of late. So let's do, whoa, that's not a flattering angle. Hey, guys. Okay, so we're going to do our empowering statements. Everybody on your feet. And if you're new, it's really cool. You'll get it. It's real easy. You just repeat after me. It's very simple. Very simple. Here, come up here. Oh, I was going to stand in the back. How do I stand back here by myself? Okay. I own my power. I own my power. My power resides within me. My power resides within me. Nobody will take my power. Nobody will take my power. Because my power belongs to me. Because my power belongs to me. I will become what I believe. I will become what I believe. change.
I have made the choice to change.
Change my work habits.
Change my work habits.
Change my attitude.
Change my attitude.
Change my beliefs.
Change my beliefs.
Therefore, changing my bank account.
Therefore, changing my bank account.
When I change, everything around me changes.
Everything around me changes.
Change is my choice.
Change is my choice.
I own my power.
I own my power.
Watch out, world.
Watch out, world.
I'll see you at the top.
I'll see you at the top.
Have a good night. Everybody say bye. Bye. How do I stop this? Oh no.